Here we are, the finale. I liked the name of the episode, Glorious Purpose. That's exactly what the name of the first episode was in season 1. So it's this whole full circle moment, which is exactly the theme of the entire series, which we'll discuss a little bit more later. Loki is doing everything he can to fix the situation, and then it turns into this fun montage of try and try again. Loki literally lived centuries just to learn all of Ouroboros' knowledge. That is crazy to try and contemplate how much literal time Loki has invested in trying to fix this. The multiplier does not work, which was a nice plot twist. I'm expecting us to live happily ever after. It's another paradox that they're presenting us with, that you can't scale infinitely. And then, oh my gosh, this woman, Sylvie, has the audacity to say, it's like when the timeline started branching, all of this was doomed to happen. This is all your fault. Oh, we are going to rip into her later. She said that. I knew we were going back to season 1. That is really when I got excited. Dude, I need to see more Kang, and we got it. So we go to He Who Remains. First thing that I'm just going to throw out there is, when did they film this? Did they film this during season 2 or during season 1? Something we got to call out. When Loki is trying to convince Sylvie to stop, Sylvie says, you have been seduced by a throne. Loki says, that is the last thing I want. Guess what? Loki ends up getting. That's how the episode ends, of Loki sitting on a throne. It's almost like a foreshadow type of moment. Why did Kang allow this to happen, right? He says that I paved all the roads. Why? It's because Kang was trying to convince Loki that he needs to kill Sylvie. Why can't Kang do it himself? I think it's probably just because he's a twisted maniac in his own sense. But then Loki says his plan is going to be that he breaks the loom, which is going to start a war in which nothing survives. But when you think about it, He Who Remains already knows that that's how everything plays out. He's already sitting there saying that all of his variants are already out there. Loki says he won't stop. And then He Who Remains says to Loki, I know, champ, in this very foreboding way. My theory is Loki is the start of everything that He Who Remains has explained to us. It's the theme of this entire season. This circle, where does it start? Where does it end? This is it. He Who Remains has already told us about the ending. Now we are witnessing the beginning. He's already experienced this before. It brings up the question of, where did He Who Remain go? I have a guess that I'm going to mention in a little bit. But first, crack knuckles, let's dive into this. Truly, everything is Sylvie's fault. The conversation that Loki has with Sylvie, dude, she sucks so hard. I've always kind of low-key been a fan of Sylvie. After this, I'm like, no, dude, I'm done. She won't give Loki her blessing, even with understanding that everything goes to shit, which I will slightly forgive that for. But where she really sucks at, she is just so cool with everything dying. First, she wants free will, and then it's just better to let things die. Like, okay, so everything just ceased to exist. What the fuck is wrong with you? Absolutely ridiculous. It gives Loki the idea to replace it with something better, and Loki is going to be that something that's better. Transitions us into our next scene of Loki walking down the pathway. A god of mischief, baby. Obviously, He Who Remains warns him about the war that's going to happen, but he's the god of mischief. 2 middle fingers in the air, still doing this either way. And then when he's walking down the gangway and his costume gets revealed, I don't know how y'all felt, but I am bout it, dude. Very cool new fresh take on it. The dark robes, the horns coming out again. Love to see it, baby. But I mean, this is when it gets serious. Him grabbing all the branches, Loki is no longer Loki. Loki is now He Who Remains. Talk about glorious purpose, dude. You literally have all the timelines in your hand. Is the war still going to happen? Absolutely. That is the role that Loki has taken on now. But what is that giant thing that he created? This giant tree? It's got to be Yggdrasil, which is like the tree of life. And that's even like what the TVA looks like now. After that ending, he's a hero. But he's still the villain that created everything. Kind of interesting to think that Loki has kicked off both major arcs now. Loki is the one that was going after the first Infinity Stone that we knew about, and we knew that he was serving Thanos. Loki is now the one that found Kang and He Who Remains and destroyed the Loom to start the multiversal war. So literally everything has been on Loki through both of these major Marvel phases, which it's cool to notice that, in my opinion. Shoot, man, now we're wrapping up. So the after. Miss Minutes did return. I had a feeling that would happen, even though it was all brief. B-15 goes to Mobius and talks about some event in 616 adjacent realm. I hope it's something that we see again in the future. And then even B-15 makes a comment, do they know we exist yet? So the TVA is going to be known about here in the coming future. That'll be neat. The one thing I did get right, Mobius goes to live on the timeline. I knew it was gonna happen. Everything else I got pretty wrong, but that I got right. Another big thing that we need to touch on, Renslayer is back. Big question is how? How is Renslayer back? Because going along with the timeline, like, she's still would have been pruned, right? So that purple glow, it has to be a version of Kang, obviously. I have a feeling that purple glow, it's He Who Remains, and he is recruiting Renslayer to be a general, and this fits into my theory of this is the beginning of the circle that we have witnessed. Loki is starting the multiversal war. He Who Remains is aware about that, so he's going to get Renslayer again to be his general. Sylvie got her wish, dude. She gets to live free and do whatever she wants. You know, just at the entire sacrifice of Loki, I guess everything worked out, but dude, I'm just so not a fan of Sylvie now. Whatever, dude. Moving forward, what a bittersweet moment right here. Final thoughts on the finale. It's just set up so much serious stuff. This set up the next Avengers movie. Dude, Loki found his glorious purpose, completing the full circle type of notion. I don't think we're gonna get a season 3. Just where that story ended, it doesn't make sense. I feel like Loki is going to pop up in another movie, but that's it. Did you like the finale? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Click the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye.